Yo, welcome back to the Feuding Bros as usual with Freddie. What's going on, Freddie?
All good, man. All good.
And Terry, what's up, man? What you saying?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Crazy week of games. About to get into it.
Yep. About to get into it indeed. And this is an exclusive. We don't usually record during the week, but I mean, it's crazy actions during this week in Europe. So we just had to come here and talk about it. And as usual, guys, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and participate, man. Just help us out. Already, there's only one place to start, and that is at the Bernabeu. It's supposed to be the remontada.
Yeah.
It was more of a resistada and more. and more. So, yeah, Arsenal goes through against a very limp in the end Real Madrid side. Let's take it away, guys.
I mean, like you said, very limp. They really, honestly, they did nothing. I mean, the first game last week, the first half of the first game was obviously, I think Arsenal was still dominated, but you could see Real had something on the counter. There was two openings, especially Vini and Mbappe had one, the one-on-one with the keeper. Vini had one where he was 2v1 and he was trying to make the pass and Saliba just got there. So you can see how maybe Madrid is going to get something on the counter. I mean, that's how they are anyways. You can dominate them and they will get something on the counter and then, yeah, they'll still be in the game, still hanging there. But that second half, man, I mean, obviously, Declan Rice scores two amazing free kicks that probably nobody expected, maybe except for him. I don't know. It seems like he's been practicing.
I don't even think he expected it.
Yeah, maybe he didn't even expect it. So he
didn't know he was good at free kicks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I didn't know he could take free kicks like that.
And it's weird because he's so good at taking corners. I mean, his corners are the actual dangerous ones.
Yeah,
better than other guys.
Other guys just can't kick. He can't kick the ball. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what's wrong with him. Like I just don't want him to see. I just don't want to see him anywhere near any set piece now. Like Saka on the right hand side and Rice on the left, and then just they need to figure out who to take the free kicks, man. But yeah,
free kicks. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah, he puts in the free kicks, but I mean, well deserved. I mean, you guys created plenty of chances. Striker Merino, honestly, he's looking tough up there, and he's starting to play as well. He's starting to find his feet.
We don't need a striker anymore, man. I mean, who needs a striker when you got Don Merino, man?
Yeah, Don Miguel. He did his bits, and yeah, second half was just one-sided. And this game yesterday, was it yesterday or Tuesday? It was Tuesday, right? No, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Yeah. This game yesterday was just from start to finish. Like, you guys were just in control. There was nothing. You could tell they weren't going to do nothing. After like 15, 20 minutes, you could tell these guys are not going to do nothing today. Like, you could see it. And they tried to scam a Piqué. Yeah. What did you think of the Piqué, though? Because I feel like he gave it, because obviously he gave that first one. And I think he saw the same thing and he was like, okay, let me. Obviously, it looked like there was a difference in the force of the whole but he saw the same thing. But that first one, I understand why he gives it, but I'm just like, if you're going to give those, like, you're going to give a lot of PKs away. Like, in the modern game, everybody is, like, grabbing each other, they're all holding, they're all doing all that stuff. So, like, if you're going to... I think... Go on.
Yeah. The problem was that it was so blatant. It was just like in the middle of the box and for everybody to see. So I think that's why.
It wasn't in the crowd. It wasn't in the crowd.
Exactly. It wasn't in the crowd. Exactly. So everybody saw it and started screaming. So the referee.
Well, everybody but the ref because he didn't give it. VAR gave it.
He didn't give it.
He didn't give it.
The screams with people shouting, and then you go back and it looks bad because he's right there all by himself, getting properly tackled. So I think that definitely played a part.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like for me, it's a foul, right? But like I think PKs have to have a little bit more of a leeway. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
a little bit more of a standard. And for me, it's a foul. Yeah, he grabs him, and but the fact that he was never gonna get to that ball anyway. I understand if he's getting to the ball, right? So I mean, both PKs were for me soft.
They were for me soft,
for me soft, because the first one is a foul, but Rice was never gonna get to the ball, and the Real Madrid one is a blatant dive because and I don't even think the Real Madrid one. I think he gave offside in the end, because I think
he gave offside in the end.
I think he upheld the foul. So what is supposed to be, but he gave offside in the end, and I was like, come on, you can see the guy. Mbappe just clearly just throws himself on the ground. Yes, there's a little bit of a hold, but I mean, it just doesn't warrant the fact that he's just acting like he got shot in the back, So, but yeah, I mean, that
was a little bit of controversy. Well, I wouldn't say controversy, but there were people asking. I don't know if you also what Mbappe did at the weekend, and there were people asking for him to be banned for this game too, because that foul was
the red card.
That was a bad foul.
Yeah, that was a leg breaker.
That's a leg sucker, man.
I mean, I'm surprised he only got one game out of that.
He only got one game. He only got one game. That's crazy.
That's a leg breaker. That was dirty, and you can see that. You could see that he meant it.
He meant it. Yeah.
But I mean, you can't change the rules retrospectively.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's in a different competition, so
that's the thing.
So the rules are the rules on that one. But I mean, Mbappe didn't even do anything anyway. So, at the end of the day, it wasn't a factor. I mean, going into this game, the whole talk was about the remontada, all the tweets, the talk. I've never seen a team going into a game 3-0 up, but still going in as the massive underdog, because everybody was just most people. They were going in like, Real Madrid is gonna come back. It's inevitable. Yeah. And I'm like, have you seen us play this year? Like, we don't concede goals like that. And they have
3 goals.
They have to score 3 to tie and 4 to win at least. 4 goals. We haven't conceded 4 goals in how many years?
Yeah. Like, not this. Yeah.
That's
not this Real Madrid.
Yeah, that was never gonna happen. But what I expected from Real Madrid is a bit of a fight in the second game. I mean, you could say that the first game, the first half they tried, second half we just all over them. But the second game is just like we dominated them without even the ball, because everywhere they were going, we just knew what they were doing. They just resulted in. I think they had like 40 crosses to who? Yeah, 40 crosses, and they just played into our hands. We were comfortable all game, and over the 2 legs. I know you mentioned that. Yeah, in the first leg, Vinny had a chance and Mbappe had a chance, but I mean, shot straight at the keeper basically. But over the 2 legs, when you come in with Mbappe, I think he has like over 20 goals. Vinny about 15,
30.
30 goals. Vinny about 20. You got Rodrigo about 15. I think Bellingham has about 13 goals, and just to reduce them to basically scraps, that's just a testament of where we are as a team right now. And it just defensively that we were just comfortable, and you know what? At the end of the day, 5-1 flatters Madrid, and that's something big that we're saying right now. 5-1 flatters Madrid. It should have been 8.
Yeah,
at least. Yeah, but so Real Madrid didn't show up. But let's talk about individual performances, man. I mean, let's start with Rice, man. Over the 2 legs, man. I mean, Thierry, I texted you, man. Do you now know? Do you now see what Rice does?
I mean, my gripe with Rice, obviously, he's been playing really well lately, but he's been playing really well as an 8. My gripe with Rice was, as a 6, does he do the job that you need him to do, that you see other top 6s do? And that was my thing with him. I think he's a good 6. I don't think he's a top 6, but it looks like he can be a top 8. And I think that's what Arteta has also recognized and started to play him and Partey together. When initially it seemed like he was coming to be the Partey replacement, it was like, oh, Partey is going to start to sit out more. But now it's Partey and him together. And now it looks like you guys want to get Zubimendi to play the 6, so Rice can be the 8. So that was my initial gripe with Rice, because I was like, as a 6, yes, he always has. He's a big guy. He's strong. He's fit. he's gonna get around the field. He's gonna win tackles and stuff. So he's gonna do that side of the game, and he does that very well. He's probably one of the best at it. But on the ball, he doesn't have the progressive passing, the vision to find people, to break lines. He can break lines with his running and his dribbling, but to find gaps, little gaps here and there, and like play people through like that you see like
on that though. I mean, sorry to cut you off, but on that though, I mean, Roy Keane is a legend, right? And Roy Keane, man, come on, man, he wasn't a great footballer. Like
that was different.
What Rice does.
That was a different time. We're not.
I mean, it's not.
The game is different now. Like that's what is Ice of Six is now. That was a different time back then.
Nah, man, this guy is classed as a legend. But the guy couldn't pass the ball. All he can do is just run around. And Rice is a little bit more than that. I mean,
but that's fine. But again, like I said, that was the game back then. At that time, that's what was needed as a 6. That's what you needed to do as a 6. Now, as a 6, that's not just. You can just do that and be classified as a top 6. You'll be a good 6. Like it doesn't mean you're a bad player. You'll be a good 6.
Caicedo does that, but he does that well.
He does that very well, but is he one of the top 6s out there? Like we're talking about the guys like that can control the game. We're talking about the guys.
Caicedo is like considered.
To be fair, it's only early this season, when he started showing his true colors.
Yeah,
we put him up there. Last season, he wasn't that great at Chelsea.
He wasn't that great, and playing as a 6.
Before that, I understand that last season wasn't great at Chelsea, but that it could be like a number of factors, right? Like he was new in the team. The team was lost, basically. Like it wasn't the only. But before that, before he got to Chelsea, he got to Chelsea for a reason, because he was a monster. You know, so. And he's still young, but I'm just saying that it's not about. I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying that the talk about Rice. I mean, yes, he's not a great passer, but what he will give you energy. He'll run all day, and he will drive. Like he's the only one that actually can. Well, not the only one, but one of the few that actually gets the ball and drive through that midfield. And it's something that like we when he first came, you didn't really expect from him.
Yeah, and I'm not against that. Like I said, I think it looks like his future is more as an 8. Because I mean, if he had done, I'm not saying he did bad, but like if he had done what Arteta wanted him to do as a 6, because that's initially what they bought him for, they wouldn't be buying another 6. You know, so that's what I'm saying. It looks like his future is as an 8. Not saying he did bad as a 6. I'm just saying maybe he didn't bring, for me at least, I don't think he brings what you would expect of a top 100 million.
I'm not sure about that. I think the reason why he was pushed back to the 8th position is that when he first came and he was playing as a 6, and we weren't playing with Partey, or Partey was playing with right back, there was something missing, and we were missing that 8th position anyway. You know, we were missing someone. That's why we tried Havertz there, because you remember at the beginning it was him, Havertz, and Odegaard. You know, we were looking for that left-sided midfielder, and so after that, but that midfield wasn't working. That midfield wasn't working. So when you put Partey back in and you put, Rice there was a better balance in the midfield. So I mean,
is Partey better than him in the 6?
I mean, is it better than him? But Partey has been fantastic this year, so you can say he's better than him. But the sample size at Arsenal for Rice to be playing as a 6 is small. I think if we had a better 8, on that left hand side that could do that job, maybe or maybe not. I mean, hindsight is 2020, right? But maybe he would have kept that 6th position, because there's somebody there that would have done that job better. If you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, but definitely a great victory, historic victory for the Gunners. And Real Madrid has never beaten us in the Champions League. Can you imagine that? we are Real Madrid's, scourge right now. I'm sure they won't be eating any rice anytime soon over there. But yeah, any final thoughts on the game before we move on?
Yeah, I mean, we're just looking forward to what's gonna be, Arteta's run in this competition, and the whole team's run into the competition. So yeah, big hurdle overcome by Arsenal. That should give them, the courage to go at any team right now into the competition. There's some big teams left. Only the best, obviously, PSG, Barcelona, namely, and even Inter is there. So, hey, 2 games away, man. 2 games away.
Yeah, well, let's look ahead. Well, on that note, let's look ahead on the next game. How do you see the semi-final playing out against PSG? Considering that the first leg is at Arsenal and the second is in France.
This one is tough to call, man. It's tough. We're talking about 2 teams in Europe, at least, in great form. PSG, they slowly got into it, but they are into it right now, no doubt. Especially having won the league in France now, they can take it easy over there and properly focus on the Champions League, put all the top players up to form. So this one is tough to call, man. I can't really predict anything. I feel like it's gonna be high goals type games,
High goals.
I don't know
about high goals, but what do you think? Where do you see the game being won or lost? For me,
it's gonna be the goals, man. It's gonna be the goals. I think it's gonna be the goals. I think PSG, that's one thing that they have. Their midfield is strong. The defense is okay. I wouldn't say it's the best defense, but it's okay. But the attack, that's where they can really hurt you guys. So I think they're gonna bet everything on that. Come at you hard. I feel like your defense has been good, not as great as last year. It's been good enough, one of the best actually in the league, right? But it hasn't been great. It hasn't brought the security it brought last year, having both Gabriel and Saliba top form.
The best defense in the league and best defense in the Champions League. Best defense in Europe.
Yeah. Right, that's what I'm saying. But still, comparable to last year, it doesn't feel as secure, and that's just a feeling. I could be wrong if we're looking at the numbers.
No, I understand that. I agree with that, definitely.
Yeah, just the eye test on that. So, yeah, I feel like that's where they can hurt you guys. So if you guys show up on a very solid day and don't concede anything and organize defensively, I feel like, yeah, if you get a draw, you said the first leg is at the Emirates.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you can get a draw there or even win there, I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's gonna be a tough one. That's all I can say.
It's gonna be a tough one. What I like about the teams that are left is like I feel like everybody is kind of like around the same level, in terms of the level of the team. Usually, there's like maybe 2 or 3 teams that are good, and then there's that one team that's like, how did you get here? And so this year is like
a Dortmund or something.
Yeah, like a Dortmund or something. So like this year we don't even like it's very hard. You can be any combination of finals that you can see. So
except Arsenal, like the all top in the leagues, pretty much.
Yeah. So Arsenal, they're all top in their leagues, and yeah. So I think
that's the definition of Champions League.
That's the definition of Champions League. Yeah, that's the definition of Champions League. So I don't know. I'm really on the fence with this one. I think it might be one that goes to like PKs. I think it'll be. I think it will either be a narrow win for both, like at their respective stadiums, or it'll be a draw for both. I definitely think, like, I don't think it will be high scoring, but I think there will be a decent amount of goals. I do think, and PSG as well will be pumped up because they lost to Arsenal earlier in the season, and they were really like terrible in that game. So they're probably gonna take that as like, oh, we need to show that we're different now,
Yeah, it's for the same team no more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We need to show that. Yeah, we're different. We need to show that we've progressed. So it's gonna be tough. I think one thing that I would say Arsenal has over PSG that there's no answer for is the set pieces. I think Arsenal just physically is just a bigger team, and obviously they're good at set pieces. There's not that many good headers of the ball in that PSG team, to be fair. So that's one thing that may catch PSG off guard if they cannot defend those set pieces properly. But yeah, apart from that, they're very evenly matched. And yeah, it's gonna be a nice game. It's gonna be a very technical, very tactical game. Yeah. I can really call. I'll say a draw and then PKs and then Donnarumma. So the Donnarumma effect. So I'll say PSG wins on PKs. But that's the only thing. I don't see anybody winning this in the 180 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I think the narrative in this game is a little bit similar to the one that we just played. Coming into the game, it was just going to be how we're going to cope with the devastating attack that Real Madrid had. And it's a little bit of the same thing here. But I have I mean, if everybody shows up, turns out I have every confidence in my fullbacks, and PSG is dangerous on the wings going forward. You know, and if you see Dembele, when Dembele plays through the middle, it's not as effective, and we saw that when they played in the second leg against Aston Villa.
I don't know about that.
It wasn't as great.
He's been playing for the middle since January.
It's not very effective there for me, and
Really?
It's best when he can start through the middle, but he's best when he comes from the left hand side and cuts in. That's where you see most of Dembele's good stuff coming in. But I mean, I have every confidence in our fullbacks. Timber, you just don't go past that guy, and Skelly. Oh my God, who's that kid, man? Where does he come from? I mean, to just go into in the Bernabeu and just act like it's Swansea, it's like, oh my God, this kid, man, he got a little bit too confident towards the end there and lost the ball and almost allowed a counter attack. But this kid, man, is just the sky's the limit for him. So there, and when I look at the midfield, yes, they have technical players, but they have small players. Like, I think we'll bully them. I think, well, the first game, Partey is not going to be there, having gotten that silly yellow card. So I'm not sure what Arteta is going to do there. But in midfield, I think we outrun them. I think we physically, I think we will do them. And the thing that people take for granted is that Arsenal can keep the ball too. So I think in midfield it's going to be close, but I think we have the edge in midfield, and obviously up front, we have Saka back, and Martinelli looks like he's in good form, and yes, we're just gonna have to hope that Merino is again in a devastated mood, to kill them. So looking at it, it's gonna be a tight game. All in all, the key is gonna be to stop the attack, and I think from evidence we can do it. I don't think they can score more than 2 goals past us, especially at home. And on the other side, I think defensively, apart from Donnarumma, defensively they're pretty weak. So I see us going through that game. I see us going through over both legs.
Wow,
that's
very confident.
That's your team, and
Yeah.
you just beat Real. So yeah, that's only fair. You beat the champion. So yes, it shouldn't be in theory. A team that kicks you out. I wouldn't say it shouldn't be a problem, but it shouldn't be a team that kicks you out. You should find the edge over them. But it's going to be definitely a close game, as we know. PSG want it real bad. That's their 6th or 5th semi-final in the last how many years? That's crazy. Like, these guys really carry that desire for it. So hey, that's going to be, I think, for me, the best semi-final. I'm super looking forward to it. And let's see what it gives, man.
All right, let's see. Well, let's touch on real quick on the other side of the draw with Inter and Barcelona. And obviously, Inter and Barcelona go through. Inter Milan going through after drawing 2-2 against Bayern Munich. And Barcelona did everything to lose that game, but finally went through. Girassi hat-trick. I thought they were going to do it. So again, all these teams, showing some good side of them and then showing some very weak side of them. So it echoes what you guys just said. It's just like everyone, the 4 teams are just evenly matched. And but what do you see? How do you see this other semi-final play out?
Inter versus Barcelona. Yeah, I mean, this one as well, man. This one might be tight. I mean, might be. It should be tight, Looking at Barcelona's form, you are kind of betting on them because they are exciting, they are entertaining and all. But Inter, they are precise. Like they don't waste no energy.
Just savvy.
Yeah, they come and get the job done, man. So this is gonna be Barcelona's biggest test of the season for me, because Real Madrid has not been up to par at all. So this is for me the biggest test for Barcelona, and that's my team, so I will support them. But man, Inter is scary, man. Inter is very scary. They really balanced. Although the midfield you can tell the legs are not 100% there, they can still move. They don't really get outrun. And against Bayern really put a lot of pressure on them during this game, but they still finding in them. So Inter is a team, as we talked about, to watch. But I do think Barcelona might be too much for them to handle.
Yeah, this game, I mean, the Inter Bayern game was actually closer than I thought it would be. Bayern really gave it a good go, to be fair, over the
even the first leg. I thought Bayern played well in the first leg.
Yeah, I thought Bayern played well.
They were lucky to lose that first leg.
They missed a few,
in both legs, and that Harry Kane chance really was the thing in that first leg, because if he puts that in, it's a totally different affair. But that he missed, and then I think maybe like a few minutes later, Inter went and scored, and kind of changed the game. But I'm like you said, like Freddie said, Inter, they're very savvy. They're just very experienced. They know how to manage games. They know how to manage games. They know how to manage leads, and I feel like their system kind of catches people out as well, because not many teams play that 3-5-2 system. Not many teams play with two out-and-out strikers anymore, so it does catch teams out, because it's like your two center backs are occupied.
Always busy,
they're always busy. So,
and you have a guy like Lautaro Martinez, who's just a fox, man. This guy, just don't give him an inch.
Exactly, give him an inch, and then there's a battery. It's a typical big man, little man combination. Thuram that on his day he's amazing, but when it's not his day, he has no touch. But it works for them. So, and they rotate a lot. I don't know if you guys noticed, but sometimes you see the center backs like in the wing trying to cross a ball. Like, it's just like people get caught out. It's like, what are they doing? So I'm glad they went through that Barca game. I think Barca is the perfect opponent for them. I think Barca is just, and don't get me wrong, I think Barca will put a couple goals in there, because Inter's defense has not been as solid as usual this season. So Barca will get goals, but I think Inter will have a feast with that high line. They will have a feast with that, man. They will just know how to break it. Runners from midfield, the wing backs, they will just know how to break it. And I think it's gonna be on the counter. Inter is just gonna be too much for them. But I think this one will be a high scoring, because I think Barca, their attack is just. Can you stop them? They'll put one in at least. Nobody
has so far. Nobody has.
You get can you stop them really? They'll put at least one in, maybe two at least.
I'm at least one, like somebody.
So, but I think Inter will suffer, but they will get through that Barca game as well. So I see Inter in the final. I don't know who it is against, but I think probably PSG is a better opponent for them in the final than Arsenal, because Arsenal is kind of similar to them in that they know how to manage games too. So they'll go. They if they do go ahead, they'll know how to control the game even without the ball. But PSG, they're like, let's just like that. Aston Villa game was just dumb, man. Like they were just dumb. So we'll see how it goes. But for me, Inter goes through against Barca.
Yeah, I'll have to echo that. I think in my predictions in the other video, I said Inter was going to be in the final, and they're just ticking along. It's not a team that's very exciting to watch. They're not going to do the extravagant thing. No, they're just steady-heady, but they know how to handle business. What I love about Inter is the fullbacks, man. DiMarco on the left-hand side, man. This guy, it doesn't even look like it. Doesn't look like a footballer, but this guy, man, is a machine, man. And that left foot, don't give him a shot. And they have so many people that can shoot. Çalhanoğlu, you give him an inch, the guy will just like from anywhere, he will just bang, And obviously you have Lautaro. So like you said, Thierry, I think this game it plays into Inter's hand, but we've seen, especially in the second leg, that they're starting to leak goals a little bit. And if they do that, and Barcelona is on a hot forms, the game could be out of sight before they even realize. So it is well poised. Two very different style of play. It's like it's kind of like the Mourinho, Pep Guardiola days, just clash of styles kind of thing. And whoever is on the better days will come through. I would like Barcelona to go through, because I think if we go through as well, they play into our hands more than Inter, and it's probably going to be a better final to watch. But I think Inter. Looking at this year, man, I think Inter's they have a little bit on the edge, man, and I think they will just know what to do to get through. They will just do whatever, but I think they will get through.
Yeah, man. I think it's that they're really peaking at the right time because they started a bit rough. But yeah, they're just very adaptable, I think, as well. It's just they kind of play the game. It's not like, oh, we have a set system like other teams, and it works for other teams. But for them, it's like, well, however it is. Like, if you guys come and sit off, we'll keep the ball. If you guys come and press us, we'll let you have the ball and we'll counter. It's like, we'll do what we need to do to win the game. You know. And I love to see. It's nice to see those teams that play like Atleti as well. That's the same. Like, it's nice to have that change as well and see that different clashes.
Different teams,
of styles, go against each other. Real Madrid too. It hasn't been their year, but that's how they usually play as well. So yeah.
All right, well, let's wrap it up here for the Champions League. We have our predictions in, and let us know, guys, in the comments. What do you think? And give us your predictions as well. Who do you think will go through out of these two semifinals? And if you have anything to say, please let us know in the comments. And we'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.
Peace out, guys.